It feels like Florida.
I can't emphasize strongly enough how important this is. The main seat and inside the tram at all times while on tour. We appreciate your cooperation. Thanks so much and enjoy your visit to the world-famous Universal Studios tour. Happy 60th anniversary, Universal Studios.
Hello everyone, if you're watching. We are about to get on the Universal Studios Backlot tour live. This is my very first time live streaming a studio tour. I'm really hoping that we don't have any signal trouble spots. There are indoor portions of this tour, but they're not very long and they're not very deep into the indoors. So I'm just, hoping and praying for everybody's sake that we don't lose the feed when we go into inside portions. But if we do, just hang tight and I'll keep the feed up and, hopefully it will come back whenever we hit the other side of that sound stage or whatever. But for the most part, this is an outdoor tour. So now, right now, we're just waiting for the next tram to come and load up. And this tour is about an hour long, so I probably am not gonna interrupt it too much once we get going. Just you'll be able to hear the tour guide. But if you do have any questions, I guess throw them in the chat because I go on this all the time, so I may be able to answer them.
We're only going to wear these 2 times on the tour. We'll let you know when it's come on. You can wish Ira happy birthday.
Here it comes. It's slowly but surely. Here it comes.
Alright guys, just wait. You're good to go. Go ahead. And the other one.
All aboard. You folks doing a great job boarding, sliding over to the right, filling in every available seat. Thank you for doing that. And good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the world famous Universal Studios tour. My name is Mike. I'm going to be your guide. Anthony is our driver. He just came aboard. You can say hello, Anthony. Anthony's saying hello back. He's a great driver. He'll make sure we get to where we need to go to today on the tour. Well, we are celebrating our 60th anniversary of the studio tour, and by taking our tour today, you are becoming part of our history. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for being here. Did everybody get 3D glasses? Okay. Everybody's got them. If you didn't happen to get them, let us know. Raise your arm high. We'll get you a pair before we head out. We only wear them twice. Also on board, if we have younger guests, smaller children whose legs don't touch the floor of the tram, for their safety, please seat them more towards center of the road, away from the outside gates, and always keep hands, arms, and feet inside of the tram and clear of the gate area. Also, if you are sitting in your row and you're on either end by the gates, do not put your phone in your outside pockets. With the movement on the door, phone could slip out. All right, we got thumbs up. Turn to the left, wave goodbye. Our journey begins. So long, folks. First, let's review our safety rules. If you need any guest assistance during the tour or have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or you have any sound or video issues, just reach up, grab the red emergency cord. It runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Our studio, well, it's private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, for a couple examples, pull The red court remains seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements. Please hold on to your belongings. We will experience fire effects and, coughing there, many water effects. I was coughing the smoke from the fire effects. So many water effects. Now, keep your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on the cameras so they do not get wet. And for your safety and the safety of those sitting around you while on board, please do not use the selfie sticks. That's it for the safety rules. All right, here we go. Headed to the front lot of the studio via Universal's movie timeline. The posters on the right represent a few of the thousands of movies that we have entertained you with over the years. Just last week, in theaters, we opened our new DreamWorks animated film, The Wild Robot. It's getting great reviews. It's a big hit. So if you have a chance, check it out in the theaters. There's a big billboard for The Wild Robot coming up on your right-hand side. Also here to help us get started, my co-host, our master of ceremonies, and the host of The Tonight Show, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking, why the tub? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
And thank you, Jimmy. Folks, it was on March 15th, 1915, our founder, Carl Lumley, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being made. Guests walked from set to set, marveled at the new technology involved in filmmaking. Oh, but with the invention of sound and the need for quiet on the set, the original walking tour ended. But in the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lou Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of the studio returned when the Gray Line bus tours, originating in Hollywood, made a stop at our gates. On July 15th, 1964, the first of the red and white candy-striped glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of the Universal lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. Now, by now, we thought we might have hover trams, but this tram is pretty cool, too. We're on the newest version of the studio tour vehicle, the electric tram, as we continue our commitment to creating a zero-emissions studio tour fleet. The original vehicle was the Glamour Tram, 1964. 1983, we upgraded to Super Trams, allowing us to carry more guests and experiencing more thrills. In 2000, we added onboard video, turning the tram into a movie theater on wheels, and today we're on our newest version, the electric tram. Okay, let's see where the studio tour takes us today. We're currently on the front lot of the studio between the theme park, which is on the right. That's where we have Super Nintendo World. And then we have the studio on the left, where you see the sound stages, where we film indoors. You know the big doors on the sound stages? They are called elephant doors. Now they're called that because when they're open wide, they're big enough to move an elephant inside or outside the sound stage. If you need an elephant for your production, last two sound stages on the left in the row we're going by, kind of covered up by the white trailer there, are stages 8 and 7. Now, sound stages 8 and 7, along with stage 14, which you will also see on the left, but after we make our turn, used for the Peacock streaming series Bel Air, starring Jabari Banks and Ollie Sholatin. Bel Air has been streaming its 3rd season on Peacock. Notice on the left, you have production vehicles. Now, this is a shared base camp area over here on the left. This side closest to us where you see the vehicles, you'll notice a little sign at the end of the white trailer, where our front car is, says Max. So that's a Universal Television series on Max. We just won the Primetime Emmy Award for Best Comedy Series. Jean Smart won Best Actress in a Comedy Series, and the show won Best Writing for a Comedy Series. So congratulations to all the team members of Max. Now, the other side could be used for a base camp. Bel Air usually uses it, that area by stage 14. Base camps, you have trucks holding lighting equipment, sound equipment, props. Trailers could be dressing rooms, wardrobe trailers, makeup trailers. We have more sound stages coming up here on the right side. We're going to go by stages 16 and 17. Now, not that long ago, 16, 17 were used for the second season of another Peacock streaming series, Boats, based on a true story, starring Kelly Cuoco and Chris Messina. The second season will start streaming on Peacock November 21st. Also coming up on the right, stages 18, 19, used for a new Ted Danson series from Universal Television, but it'll stream on Netflix when it airs, called A Man Behind the Scenes. Stage 19, coming up here on the right, is where we filmed the scene for our Academy Award-winning Best Picture of the Year, Oppenheimer. The scenes toward the latter part of the film, the Oval Office scene, where Gary Oldman plays President Harry Truman, and Best Actor of the Year, Cillian Murphy, is Oppenheimer. Oh, say, look who's standing over here on the left-hand side. Ted. He's excited because he also has a show on Peacock, executive produced and directed by Seth MacFarlane. And it's brought to you by our very own UCP, Universal Content Productions. You might have noticed on the left behind you, production bungalows. But in the earlier days of our studio, production bungalows were dressing rooms to some of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Now, as the production bungalows, some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, producers work inside to come up with an idea for a script. That's pre-production. Get everything ready. Production, you do your filming. Post-production, put the project together. Now, not too far down the road here, in a moment, you're going to see an opening on the left between the bungalows. When we get to the opening, look all the way back, you'll see a globe with Elphaba, the witch from Wicked on it. Back where the globe is, Mark Platt Productions. They're going to bring us part one of the movie musical Wicked in theaters November 22nd, starring Cynthia Erivo. Okay, left-hand side, bungalow 5195. Many years ago, that bungalow, used by the great director Alfred Hitchcock, the master of suspense. He directed classic movies like Psycho. Last two sound stages on the front lot, also located on the left. Oh, but they're in the back of the complex. On the left side, in the back, stage 25, used for the NBC comedy Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez and his real-life daughter, Mayan Lopez. Their third season premieres October 18th. In the back on the right, stage 26, used for a new NBC comedy, St. Denis Medical, featuring David Allen Greer and Wendy McClendon Covey. It'll premiere November 12th. Well, we are now crossing the imaginary line from the front lot, which is on the left side, to the back lot, which is on the right side. On your right, we have the Metropolitan sets. These buildings are facades, the front and side of the building, but there's really nothing inside or on the back, a facade. So, St. Denis Medical can film indoor scenes on the front lot, inside stage 26, and then just cross over here to the right and film outdoor scenes on the back lot in the Metropolitan set area. As we pull down the road, look behind you on the right. You'll see how they transformed some of the facades into the front of the hospital for St. Denis Medical. It really does look like a hospital. One of the most famous facades, the Courthouse Clock Tower facade, used in Back to the Future. Courthouse Square is just around the corner. Here to tell us about Courthouse Square, one of the stars of the film, Leah Thompson, and one of the producers, writers, and creators of Back to the Future, Mr. Bob Gale.
Welcome to the Courthouse Square. These sets were used to create Hill Valley in the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey, everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
Oh, thank you, folks. You know, some of the facades here in Courthouse Square are the originals that were built in the 1940s. But the rest of our Metro sets are brand new, redesigned, rebuilt since 2008. Now, before 2008, the Metro sets housed a classic that was on the studio tour, our original King Kong. So the tram would drive into a soundstage. You would see a very large apartment building, and you would hear a big roar. The tram had to drive around the corner of the apartment building. That's where you saw our mechanical King Kong shaking the bridge. Tram drove right by King Kong. You got so close, you could smell his hot banana breath. Now we are currently on New York Street in the Metropolitan set area. This is where we have filmed NBC's American Ninja Warrior, setting up all the obstacles for the contestants on New York Street. Season 17 of the show will be coming on next year. We always keep our sets plain looking on the backlot, and then when the production moves in, we make the sets look like any city, any country, any time period, any season of the year that is needed for the project. Over the years, a lot of projects have made the Metro sets look like New York City. New York City plays a big role in the King Kong story. Now, I talked to you about the original King Kong. We are now headed up to our newest version, King Kong 360 3D. You do not need to wear the glasses yet, but please have the glasses ready. Hold on to your belongings. Please remain seated at all times. Here is the Academy Award-winning director of Universal's 2005 film version of King Kong, Mr. Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And I wanted to have done it for a movie.
Action! And now, welcome to Skull Island. Now you may take off the glasses. You notice we got light coming through the tunnel. This can happen on a set when you're filming. You're all ready to go. You get to the set early call time, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. You get in your wardrobe, you get your makeup on, and then you're waiting to be called to the set. You go to the set, everybody's ready, places please, quiet on the set, rolling. You're rolling the film in the camera. The director yells, action! And you're filming, and then the director yells, cut. Something went wrong. Maybe a light's out of focus. Maybe an actor forgot a line. So then, you can do one of three things. If what went wrong is not going to take too long to get fixed, you get it fixed, and then you go back to 1, back to your starting position, and you do take 2 of the scene. If what went wrong is going to take a little bit of time to get fixed, but you have another location to go to, the director will probably take the cast and crew to that location so you won't waste a filming day. Now the third thing that can happen, it's going to take quite a while to get this thing fixed, and you don't have another location, then the director usually sends the cast and crew home. Let's check with our drivers, see what we're going to do here. Finding out which of the 3 we're going to do.
Interesting. So we just had a malfunction on King Kong.
I'll let you know.
When it sounds like our
Okay,
guide
so
doesn't
we've
know what
got
we're
the
doing
third
either.
choice. We're not going home. We're just going to continue the tour.
Okay.
I do apologize that we
So we're
had some
skipping King Kong.
unexpected technical difficulties during the tour today. If you have any questions or concerns, just see me or any team member once you get off the tram when we finish the tour and you're stepping off the tram at unload. Now, we're giving you another look of the metro sets coming up here on the left side. This is just from a different angle. We try to use every available inch on the studio lot for projects. Notice on the left this big open area. This is a great location for base camps, especially if you're going to be using the metro sets for filming. Just yesterday they had a big event for Porsche, you know, the car, and they were all set up here in metro sets, Little Europe, and 6 Points, the western area. We do have something special at the other end of the road here. We love the monsters here at Universal Studios. Please take a look up on your screens.
Thou shalt rise again.
Now, this is the creation of our monster mural by artist Tristan Eaton, honoring the great horror characters of Universal. The Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Frankenstein Monster, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Wolfman. This finished mural is coming up on the right-hand side.
Yeah, here come the monsters.
Tristan Eaton used 54 different colors and over 800 cans of spray paint to create the magnificent monster mural. Now, after you get a good look at the mural, you're going to take a look over here on the left side. Another big open area for a base camp. You know what production has used this as a base camp? NBC's The Voice. Season 26, currently running Monday, Tuesday night. Okay, on the left, behind stage 34, sound stages 30 and 31, used by The Voice. We have great coaches this season, Reba McEntire, Gwen Stefani, Michael Bublé, and Snoop Dogg.
Hey, Studio Tour. It's your boy Snoop Dogg. Did you know that the Universal Backlot is home of The Voice? That's right. We tape right here on Stage 31. Don't miss our incredible new season every Monday and Tuesday on NBC. Now that you've heard the rest, you can hear the best. You can be with the S and have this on your chest.
Snoop joins The Voice Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
You might have noticed too on the left there's a body of water, the Hollywood Ocean. Well, the Hollywood Ocean became a lagoon for a classic 1954 3D film starring Julie Adams, which is celebrating its 70th anniversary this year. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Now, a lady named Millicent Patrick created the look for the creature, which you see up on the screen. The creature is part of our legacy of great horror films and monster movies. This legacy began many years ago during the silent days of movie making, and the legacy started right here in our historic Little Europe. 1923's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, 1925's The Phantom of the Opera. Both of these classic silent films star the legendary Lon Chaney. We did stretch our love for the horror films and the monster movies into the sound era. Two early sound films that opened in 1931 really helped put Universal Studios on the map. And those two movies are
I am Dracula.
Dracula with Bela Lugosi and Frankenstein, starring Boris Karloff. Now we are going to stretch our love for the horror films and monster movies into the future with the upcoming Dark Universe at Universal Epic Universe, scheduled to open next year in Orlando. A little more recently, Little Europe became the afterlife for our NBC comedy, The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
Now, Little Europe's been here a long time, since about 1914. Okay, look to the left, next to Little Europe. Modern day house, practical set. Built so you film indoors, outdoors. House has only been here about 14 years. That's that house used in the State Farm commercial with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where Arnold is a good neighbor. That house also used for Bel Air. They filmed episodes using this area. This was an area used for the event yesterday too. Now we're about halfway through the tour. How about that? Just going to remind everyone, please remain seated during the entire tour. Our studio is private property. If at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just cannot wait to use the restroom, pull the red cord to get my attention. I will be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. But do remain seated. Thank you for doing that. Oh look, we got a treat for you. We're bringing you into the only two-level soundstage in all of Hollywood. Look to the left. There's a board that tells you what production's been filming here. Ticket Machine, Heist. Now we're on the lower level as you see a subway station set. Check out the detail. This set is also a hot set. Fully dressed, ready for filming. So to begin production, director says, right on the set, places please, rolling and action. Okay, a slight Southern California tremor. We get those fly out here. We have absolutely nothing at all to worry about. This attraction originally opened 25 years ago, 1989, and it just reopened this past spring for our 60th anniversary. This attraction was inspired by the 1974 Universal film Earthquake, starring Charlton Heston. Now the film Earthquake is celebrating its 50th anniversary later this year, November 15th. Now as we pull out of stage 50, over on the right we have 6 points. Great Western area on the back lot. This was a location for the special event yesterday also. Well, we're leaving the Wild West, heading out east. Now, we had a big hit in theaters, 1975 summer, Jaws, the Amity Island attacked by the shark. Our Amity Island coming up on the right. Get your cameras out. Once a year, we have to drain the lake to make sure all the mechanicals are working. So look at this.
Jaws
You really
is
get a
drained.
behind the scenes look at
Still.
Amity Island. I bet you never knew so much took place under the water if you've been here before. By the way, Jaws is celebrating its 50th anniversary next year. Boy, that's hard to believe. Next year, 50 years ago, Jaws filmed on location on the eastern part of the United States near the Martha's Vineyard area. Remember, the movie takes place over the 4th of July, holiday weekend. So looking at the structures, it's decorated for the 4th of July. This would be a hot set area, fully dressed, ready for filming. You also might recognize this location as Cabot Cove, Maine. From the late great Angela Lansbury's hit CBS show Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote had a very successful 12-year run as a series on television. Now on the backlot,
I don't think
we
he's down
love
there.
to travel great distances, but in a very short amount of time. We are making our way through the east, Amity Island, Cabot Cove, Maine, but we're not going to be here for long. We're going to make our way through the breezeway, make a very quick turn, and then we'll be headed to Old Mexico. Now, Old Mexico has some very, very special. Here to tell us more about it is today co-host and weather anchor, Mr. Al Roker.
Time for my favorite part of the tour, weather. When it comes to film and TV, it is truly a special effect. In fact, to demonstrate how weather effects are created, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968. Welcome to the only part of the backlot with a 100% chance of rain. The flash flood.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Roker. Your forecasts are always right on target. All right, folks, we got the storm, we got the rain. As I watch the rain come down, looking to me as if the rain's getting much, much heavier. Now that's a very big thunder roar. Now I hear. Oh, we just had someone. Is that the emergency port? No. So we have a buzzer here, and I thought it might be an emergency port. Now I'm hearing a very low rumbling sound. Look to your left. Take cover. Look out. Now the flood is the result of thousands of gallons of recycled water being released from tanks up on top of the hill. So the water comes down the hill and then makes its way right back up again. The rain is created by sprinklers. So we just shoot the water, it goes straight up, and then it'll fall back down naturally, just like Mother Nature's rain. This area is so unique because you've got kind of a special effect that you can use for any scene in a production. Take a look.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
So that's a scene from the 2002 Universal film Big Fat Liar. That's Paul Giamatti with his leg up there. And it co-starred Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes. That movie, if you ever have a chance to see it, it's a lot of fun. It filmed all over the Universal lot. We recently had another movie from A24 that filmed quite a bit on our back lot. It's a movie that was in theaters earlier this year, Maxine, starring Mia Goth. They filmed in the old Mexico Six Points area. They filmed in the metro sets. And they filmed also in the upcoming Bates Motel and Norman Bates' house from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller Psycho. All those areas seen in the movie Maxine. So our buzzer is still going on. Our driver Anthony's on the phone to the lot dispatcher. And they're coming to check it out.
Looks like the tram is temporarily paused here. I can't remember this last time I've gotten stuck so many times or had so many technical issues on the tram, but it does make it different. It's a little bit interesting. So we're not sure why we're stuck right now, but we just finished watching the flood. Which, by the way, I really think they've done something to the flood to make it not as intense. It used to really, the water used to really jump up in front of the side here, and it doesn't really do that anymore. I'm not sure why they changed it. Unless maybe people were complaining about their phones getting wet, but it seems a little silly to complain about your phone getting wet at a theme park. But, in any case, yeah. Well, you know, hopefully we won't be stuck here for too long. It's true that that movie Liar Liar is they really should have called that movie Studio Tour the movie, because it's really just about the Universal backlot. I didn't know that for a long time when I used to watch that clip. I thought it was supposed to be like really in old Mexico or the Old West or something. But it actually is supposed to be on the backlot, that movie. So they use a lot of it, and it's kids running around the backlot like as if they kind of snuck in, which is an interesting theme for a movie. Here we go.
That was a wonderful place to stop for a little longer. Beautiful location of Old Mexico. But we're going to give you another look at Amity Island. Coming up around the corner on the right, a bird's eye view. Steven Spielberg was instrumental in helping us get the Jaws attraction for the studio tour.
Speaking of people who snuck around the backlot.
Almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Spielberg. Now, from Amity Island, we're going to head up Steven Spielberg Drive. But I want to point out on your left, that's Colonial Street. That was Hysteria Lane on ABC Touchstone's Desperate Housewives. They're doing pre-production on the street today. That's why we can't go down there. But look what's coming up on the left. The Lion Estate markers from Back to the Future. Steven Spielberg was one of the executive producers on Back to the Future. We have a long relationship with this Academy Award-winning director. Goes all the way back to the earliest days of our studio tour.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Spielberg. Now, as we pull off of Steven Spielberg Drive, on the left, you'll see some of these great picture cars. Picture car, any vehicle used in production. You're going to see the original Glamour tram on the left. That's beautiful. Next to that, a gyrosphere from Jurassic World. We have some great Fast and the Furious film franchise picture cars coming up also. And coming up around the corner, our scale replica of LA's most iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign. Now it's going to look a little different from the way you see it up on your screens. There was a classic film from Hollywood that shot here at Universal Studios, right in this area where our tram is. Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller, Psycho. Over on the right, two of the most iconic sets ever created, the Bates Motel and Norman Bates' house from Alfred Hitchcock's classic thriller. Now this whole area up here is also being used for our annual Halloween Horror Nights event. There is an event tonight and it runs for selected nights through November 3rd. Halloween Horror Nights is a separate ticket and it's not recommended for children. But we're gonna go by Norman Bates' house coming up at the top of the hill on the left side. As we go by, look up second floor window in the front, right before the porch. Second floor window in the front, right before the porch. Oh, look, on the porch, Norman Bates. He's looking upset. Let's just go around the corner, leave him alone. Oh, that was a close one. Around the corner, we have one of the most spectacular sets ever created, the airplane crash site set from Steven Spielberg's blockbuster Paramount film, War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
Everyone is urged to stay indoors and away from windows. Go down to your basement if you have one. The United States Army, the Air Force, and the Navy have all mobilized alongside other nations to protect the world's inhabitants. At this time, we are all fighting for our lives.
Because it's just something you want to see.
Large-scale sets like this have been on this part of the studio tour for several decades. Prior to War of the Worlds, this is where Site B, where Jurassic Park 3 was located, and before that, this is where you found the whimsical town of Whoville, where Ron Howard, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It is the production designer who's instrumental in creating the look for the set. Rick Carter, the production designer on War of the Worlds. We're about 10 minutes from the end of the tour, and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance and remain seated at all times. Now, from the crash site set, we're taking you to a set that we're going to drive through, Jupiter's Claim. The production designer, Ruth D. Young. This is from Jordan Peele's movie Nope. Now, in the movie Nope, Jupiter's Claim is over a UFO hotspot. We were thrilled to partner up with the gentleman who wrote and directed Nope, Academy Award winner, Mr. Jordan Peele.
A team of collaborators filmmakers, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live and anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, Gold Rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. It's smack dab in the center of a UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
Well, that's our cue to get out. So far, we've taken you all over Universal, showing you how we make movies. Why don't we put you in a movie? To your right, Fast and Furious Supercharged. So we have a goal to film 3 scenes. Everybody on board is cast as an undercover witness, and you're being chased by a bad guy, Owen Shaw. Sullivan's Garage is where Dominic Toretto and his crew hang out. Please remain seated, secure your belongings, no flash photography or cell phone lights on. For the first 2 scenes, you do not need to wear the glasses. I'll let you know when to put them on. Hey, look on the left, that's Roman Pierce's Mona Lisa vehicle. Up ahead on the left, Agent Hobbs' assault vehicle. All right, places please. Quiet on the sets. Rolling. Action.
Buddy Hobbs acts as a stash of Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot.
We're going to keep Shaw from finding you. But to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone will give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay. Meet you in there.
And cut. That was our first scene. Your performance, excellent. The young lady is Letty Ortiz. She, along with Roman Pierce, are on Dominic Toretto's crew, and they've joined forces with Agent. You folks are doing a great job. Your makeup, check your wardrobe. Play that. Rolling. Action.
Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime! This thing ain't moving fast enough. Mom, Letty, hook him up!
I got to move by the horn!
Now we'll move this.
Yo,
sprint? Was that Fast and Furious or what? Give it up for Super having us celebrate our 60th year of the studio tour. You know, the studio tour is very important because it's where it all began for Universal destinations and experiences. From those first two red and white candy stick glamour trams, traveling around the Universal lot during the summer of 1964, well, we've developed into so much more, including 7 parks, entertaining millions of guests every year, and the upcoming Universal Epic Universe opening in 2025. Here once again, our Master of Ceremonies and my co-host, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Over the past 6 decades, the studio tour has taken guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
And thank you, Jimmy. We would also like to acknowledge all of the studio tour ambassadors, the drivers, and studio guides throughout our history who have helped make the studio tour world famous, from those first 4 guides and drivers to the hundreds of team members who help support the tour today. To our past members, thanks for being with us. Not a past member? Head up to the Universal box office, find out how to upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass. Come back again and again. Make sure you've downloaded the Universal Studios Hollywood app. You can confirm park hours. We're open till 6 p.m. for day operations. The queues for the attractions will close at 5:30 p.m. Check on wait times, mobile food ordering, and much, much more. And if you'd like to purchase any of the movies and TV shows that you saw on the tour, visit www.uphe.com or today ask at any of the retail stores. On behalf of myself, Mike, your guide, our driver Anthony, all of us here at Universal Studios Hollywood, we hope you've enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes experience. Please watch arms, legs, fingers, toes as the gates open. Watch your step. Please drop the 3D glasses in the bins. Thank you for doing that. I'll be by the digital directory if you have any questions. And it is hot. Please stay hydrated. Have the wonderful rest of the day. And as we say here in Hollywood, that is a wrap. Bye-bye, folks. Have a wonderful time today. Thank you for helping us celebrate. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's check the board. Not a really busy day today for a Sunday. This is pretty tame. I am glad that we made it through the entire tour. It was pretty good for a weekend. If I do this again, I'll try to come on a weekday. Because then there's usually a little bit more like action, you know, on the backlot, because they work Monday through Friday schedule, just like the rest of us for general purposes. But yeah, that was it. The whole tour. We had some interesting little hiccups, but we did make it through the whole tour.
see attractions out there in the theme park to try out. One of my personal favorites is down there behind the lower line. Transformers around.
The lower line just where the stay hydrated. Overall, our French gentlemen is at the tour today. We're really glad to have you all with us. And the entrance to the tour crowd don't be just straight out of the studio tours. Now, we got the express passes. We've got the express line for the tour. Over on the left, you have the blue umbrella. You know, you got express left, no park. You walk straight on past the blue umbrella. The small blue sign. That's that studio tour right here. Back in
This mural they made for the 60th anniversary, which is cool. It's an improvement. It used to be Jimmy Fallon's face, so, you know, I would say this is better. And down there is where we just were. See a little bit. Okay, if you look, okay. So right here is obviously us. This is Universal, right? If you look straight down, that's mostly the New York sets. But if you zoom in right here, there's the Warner Brothers. You can see a little bit just to the left is the tower, the water tower. That's the home of Yakko, Wacko, and Dot Warner. If you ever watched Animaniacs. And then right dead middle, this building that's like right there in the middle that has like round hole windows, that's Walt Disney Animation. Someday maybe I'll visit. But it takes some doing. Not the general public. You can't go there just the general public. You can, however, go there if you join D23. So it doesn't take too much, but you have to do something. You can't just go. And then, of course, you have to pay like $150. There they go. Off on their tour. Maybe they'll get to go through King Kong. I feel kind of bad if that was anybody's very first tour, because that was a little weird that we skipped King Kong and Jaws, kind of. But it's a little bit of a, you know, behind the scenes, and, you know, what are you on the studio tour if not for some behind the scenes, so. And then we come back here into Simpsons Land. So from here, I don't have a lot of batteries or ideas for much we can do at this point other than just kind of walk around a little bit. I think we can maybe try to scope out some characters as we make our way to the front. The problem with rides at Universal is they're all inside. Basically, almost all of the rides are inside. And the rides that are outside don't even let you film, so. Only 30 minutes? See, I mean, we can't go on this because it would drop signal, but 30 minutes for Simpsons is really good. It's usually at least an hour by now. Dead ahead in front of us is the brand new roller coaster, Fast and Furious roller coaster that's going up. In fact, let me take you this way and we'll get a little look at it. I don't want to go all the way down the escalators, but we'll just look right here because it's amazing to me that this roller coaster is not opening in like a few months. I mean, I realize it's not done, but they've got a lot of stuff going on over here already. Okay. So here we go. If you're a fan of Fast and Furious, this is going to be your ride pretty soon. You don't have to go on the whole studio tour just for a short Fast and Furious experience at the end. Now you can just go on this ride. Well, by next year anyway. They already have a full ride through on YouTube of this ride, even though it doesn't exist yet, because there's like a VR version of it. So, and it looks pretty dope. Fun fact that I learned recently about this is the reason that Universal hasn't had a roller coaster up to this point is because there are height restrictions and they're not allowed to build up. So they finally figured out, I guess, through some creative changes, that they can just build along the side of this mountain that they're on, and then they don't really have to build up. So that's what they're doing to make this roller coaster. So they're not gonna break any of their height restrictions for this area because they're just on the side of a hill. So what are you gonna do about it? But that ride is not gonna be open until 2026. And the entrance of it will be up here. That's what this building is. That's gonna be like the ride building, the queue building, I should say, since the ride is outside. This is the first major outdoor ride of any kind, roller coaster or anything, at Universal Hollywood. The only other rides that are really outdoor rides here are very small, kind of almost like kid level attractions. All right, so that's the building straight ahead. So if you are somebody who's been here before or knows about Universal's, recent history, this is where you would have gone to go to the special effects stage show. And right next to that was the Animal Actors stage show. Which closed down, I want to say like a year ago. It was a little bit ago. And they, it was over a year ago probably, like a year and a half maybe at this point. And they demolished those sound stages, and now they're building this. So it is exciting, but it's a little bit sad because those live shows were a part of Universal's kind of MO, their history. And we don't have so many live shows really in the theme parks anymore. The only one we have here is Waterworld, which is great. It's an amazing show. That's why I wish there were more like that. So this is actual track right here.
How about look good right now?
So right now I'm just maybe looking to see if we can run into some characters up here towards the front of the park. Usually there's some around here, but I don't know what their time frame is today, and I don't know if they're keeping anybody inside for the heat. So we'll see. Looking for Frankenstein and his bride, but they're not over here. And so now I'm gonna go see if there's any minions. Also, sometimes Snowball is here and he's not there. Dun, dun, dun. Once again, we have like no waits over here. 5 minutes for Despicable Me. And yeah, looking like no characters over here either, so oh well, we'll just make the loop. Okay, I didn't know that about this. Guys, I didn't know that this giant wall was here. Yo, what are they doing? Pretty bad timing for the water park to be closed. It is a hot one. Well, I didn't hear about this, but it looks like normally there's a really great splash pad here behind this wall. Super silly, Funland, Minions themed splash pad. The Minions themed splash pad is closed. Too bad they couldn't, whatever they're doing to it, couldn't be done in the dead winter, because, man, they keep that thing on like all winter, even when it's like 60 degrees out. I'm just going over here. This is like a, this is spot tricks people because people think they can get to the lower lot this way and they can't. It's just a little overlook. But it's a good spot to look at the coaster construction. Here it is. Good times, because, you know, this takes me back when we used to look over here at Super Nintendo World and go, oh, when are we going to get into Super Nintendo World? Now we can go, but we're waiting to find out about this guy now. There's going to be a tunnel somewhere that the roller coaster goes through, somewhere around here. So I'm always kind of trying to look at where that tunnel is. And once again, because it's Sunday, there's no guys out today working. Yeah, you could climb down there, but I wouldn't recommend it. A little bit dangerous, and you would definitely get kicked out of Universal. Although, you know, Universal's not so strict. They'd probably be like, oh, it's okay, just come back tomorrow. Okay. So right now I'm going to go back to the front and see if we see anybody on the way out. Just making my way out at this point, guys. I'm a little worried about, I think my phone doesn't have a ton of battery at this point. So I'm just gonna kind of run it to the end at this point. Monstrous haunted house. Okay. I don't see, I was checking if Donkey's there. Donkey is not. New Yorker's not. So we're on off time for characters right now, it seems like. I think the heat might be keeping the characters inside right now because I don't see any at all in any of their normal spots. No Minions, no Simpsons, no monsters. I don't even see the King Julian or the DreamWorks guys up here, so. Marilyn Monroe. She was here, I saw her earlier. She is not out right now, so. And they already got this set up. This wasn't like this earlier, but they got this set up now for, I guess, horror nights. I think that's what they do every night for horror nights. Okay, making our way out. Okay. So if you're still here right now with me, thank you for watching this live stream. This is my first live stream ever from Universal Studios. If you want more of these live streams, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to try to start doing more live streams. So if you want notifications for when those are happening, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna try to put them up like, you know, at least a day or two before I do them, until I can get a kind of like schedule figured out, but definitely about once a week, so check in. I'm either at Disney or Universal Studios. All right, so I'm gonna end the live stream here for today. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you next week.